there have been a few names floating around there. Kevin Muscat, who was mentioned previously, is the bookies' favourite. There was one bookies who put out odds. The other name I've seen floating around is Graham Potter. He is out of work and would be available. Now, whether it's realistic or not, I don't know. So, I mean, if you're the Rangers board, could you say, right, it's not working here, we're going to go and get Graham Potter. Would he be a good choice, and could they get him? And equally, Muscat. I mean, surely Kevin Muscat would be achievable because...
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, he's obviously done very well in Australia. He's done very well taking over from Ange Postecoglou with Yokohama and out in Japan.
Do they float your boat? Yeah,
I think, you're thinking that Kevin Muscat is very, very obviously very similar to Ange Postecoglou. They play they work together. They play in a similar way. But I think for me, I wonder if they show a wee bit more imagination. It just seems like an obvious pick. The same way that Gio was an obvious pick. He was out of work, a former Rangers player. Beale was an obvious pick. I think the criticism would be that if they then go and appoint Kevin Muscat, then you say this is a board that lacks imagination when it comes to appointing it. They just go for the easy option. I think that's the danger with that. It's an easy stick with. In terms of Graham Potter, I think that would show plenty of ambition. But Celtic found ready how attracting guys from England who have ambitions to stay in England and that confidence that they can still operate in England is tough. Obviously Celtic have managed to get Brendan Rodgers north of the border twice now, but obviously he has that emotional the club having grown up supporting the club. Listen, the one thing I think perhaps goes in our favour is that Graham Potter has shown he's had to fight his way to the Premier League the hard way. Coming up through what was it, university football, going to Sweden, third division in Sweden, whatever it was, working his way then Swansea into Brighton. Does that perhaps mean that he's not got the sort of level of snobbery that some people would view the Scottish football with? Well, I don't know. You need to ask him, but I mean,
and he's got Billy Reid by his side, who would he would give it up. Although he would make his own decision, but Billy Reid will certainly trust him.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, listen, who knows? Until that question's, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Michael Beale's still a man in the job. Rangers need to decide what to do with him first before you can start talking about others. There's no doubt that Rangers is still a huge draw. I mean, you don't get people like Steven Gerrard, who at that point had no affiliation with the club, and the club is certainly in a much worse off position than it is now at that stage. So Rangers still got a draw that will still entice people, but I think given the state of things, given how the last few years have gone, Rangers must get this next appointment if it's going to come to that correct. But before that, they have to hope that Michael Beale can make the best fist of it he can, that he can turn this season around, because it's not been good enough. The concern is that it's 4 points. Obviously, you've still got another 34 games of the league season to go. But so far, are there signs that are they trending in the right direction to be title challengers? I don't think right now they are. So things have to drastically improve. Michael Beale's going to have a couple of weeks on the training ground with this team. He's been denied that pretty much since the end of pre-season, just with the hectic schedule that they've got. So he's going to have to hope that he can do all his best work with the players over the next couple of weeks. But a big upturn in performances and result is going to be what's required if he's to turn this situation around.